So how attractive is Hugh Jackman really? Welcome back to LookLogix, everyone. Today I'll assess the facial harmony attractiveness of Hugh Jackman. So starting with his front ratios, on his lowest score, he has his lower third proportion at a 0.00 out of 10. It's very out of the ideal range, not even a 0.1 out of 10. It's fine boom. One eye apart test, he also fails at 0.0 out of 10. So these are the lowest scores. They're really out of the ideal. And this is using faceiq labs, map down his front and side profiles manually, and then we see the ratios add on together. His deviation is his ipsilateral alar angle and his jaw frontal angle is a 1.43 out of 10. His nose to position is a 2.24. Mouth width to nose width ratio is a 4.21. Lower third is a 6.25. Okay, so not too bad starting around here. After this, it gets to the ideal range and a lot of 10 out of 10. So honestly, a great front profile. This is a really good looking front profile. You can see his nose to position is very out of the ideal range because his nose is drooping like this. He kind of has that Jew nose, the little dirty Jew nose. And then his smaller eyes are also too wide set, so they're not close enough, and they're just really small compared to his face. You can see his bitemporal width is much wider as well, and we'll see what that rating is. It may not be too bad, actually. Bitemporal width is a 10 out of 10. Okay, so comparing to his temples and then his cheekbone height, not too bad. You can see he does have a tiny bit of a curve outwards on his upper face. This is kind of what distincts Hugh Jackman out of a lot of other people, is this widening face on the upper area from his middle to the very top. He also looked a lot better with longer hair, and these are the best photos I could use. Slightly out of his prime for sure, but this is still usable and they're undistorted, so we'll see what we can do. Moving on, his best scores, or most interesting scores for some profiles, eyebrow tilt, 10 out of 10, so it's positively set, but they are pretty light. They could be darker and thicker. And then his bitemporal width, we mentioned being high comparative to his face, and that goes right in hand with the cheekbone height being nice, high-set cheekbones. He has a great ear protrusion ratio, so his ears aren't protruding too far out. No need for an autoplasty or a similar surgery. A mouth corner position is a 10 out of 10. Let's move over to his side ratios. But before that, if you'd like to use this out for yourself, faceiq Labs, I actually have 20% off only with my code, LookLogix, and you can check that out in the link in the description and the pinned comment. Moving on to his side ratios, his lowest score is his upper lip S-line position at a 0.06 out of 10, and then his upper lip E-line position at a 0.15 out of 10. His facial convexity in Asian is a 1.38 out of 10. Whoopsies. It's a 0.86 out of 10. His lower lip S-line position is a 1.38 out of 10. So you can see a lot of things going on with his lip position, which is giving him such a low score, but there is less recession around the maxilla and the Frankfurt plane, so it's not too bad. His nose definitely droops, like we said, or like I said, the Jew nose, but it's not too droopy. It's just quite bulbous around the front here, and then that rhinion going on here, it looks slightly inflamed. His mental labial angle is good. His orbital vector is negative, but it's also a 8.03 out of 10. The rest are 10 out of 10, so really good score for his side profile. This is definitely going to be an above average harmony. Let's see what his full scoring is from 0 to 10. All right, Hugh Jackman gets a 7 out of 10. He's about the top 3.8%, about 1 in 26.4 people. He has great harmony. His front profile gets a 7.2, which is the top 1.9%, and then his side view gets a top 7.5% at 666. So this is the total scoring for Hugh Jackman. We'll see his key strengths and weaknesses really quickly, and that will be the full analysis. You can pause this video if you'd like to check them out. We kind of already mentioned, though, excellent jaw steepness, so different things, additional strengths from his attractiveness. And then the areas of improvement. This is very interesting. His hypodivergent jaw. So Hugh, if you're watching this, then this is what you need to improve on, is a minus 0.52 out of 10. Or minus 0.52 points. The jaw grows with a flatter angle, resulting in a shorter, overly wide lower face. This can indicate malocclusion, such as a deep bite or an overbite. The overly small eyes, as I mentioned in the beginning, the eyes are too small, creating a less balanced facial appearance. Droopy nose, the Jew nose, aka the nose droops downward, creating an unbalanced nasal profile. Moon face profile. So the moon face is basically, when you look at the side profile, it slightly curves inward. It's slightly concave. But you can see that it's not too bad. It's very slight. It's not very noticeable, but that's just your internal bone structure causing that. Overall, not too bad of a analysis, honestly. Maxillary recession, just a little bit. Not too bad. So there you go, guys. This is how attractive Hugh Jackman is really. And I could do what makes him so attractive, because he is considered attractive, of course, especially with this harmony analysis. 7 out of 10 is excellent. Higher than, as it says, top 3.8% of people, which is quite accurate. It's pretty close, depending on where you're at. If you'd like me to rate anyone else, put a comment down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Once again, if you'd like to use the app for yourself, 20% off with the code LookLogix. Use the link in the comment section or the description.